Ooh. Hey girl, Mike check 1 2 1 2.
Michael.
Love it.
Is that what this is the afterlight.
The afterlight instead of red, right? After dark. Here we go. I'm just sliding the table back so it's a little spooky looking. Here we go. Welcome to the Tiffany Show.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm pumped to have you, my foodie friend, Laura
Cheers.
Montague. Cheers to you. We've rolled up to Canoe Cafe Company yet again, crushing the Starbies in here. I know I opted for non-alcoholic, but we are getting gelato.
We are getting gelato. I'm very excited about this. Yeah.
I cannot have a local foodie and not feed her handcrafted gelato.
She pulled out all the stops, guys. Pulled them all out.
100%. So wait for that. It'll come serve. While that is coming, we're going to kick it off. Laura Montague, please, my beautiful, wonderful friend and guest today, tell us about yourself. What are your likes, your dislikes, your favorite Starbucks drink, your fun facts?
I don't even know where to begin. A lot of people probably know me or at least recognize me, whether you've been a tenant of mine, a prospective tenant of mine, a Ptbo local, hanging out with Tiffany as her entourage.
We ride together.
We do. We actually, we've done several projects together, but recently they allow us to sit together on the DBIA board.
Right.
And shout out to you, Neil Hannum.
We love
Neil.
And our board mates. There is a remarkable board this year at the DBIA. A bunch of really like-minded people.
Yeah, that are proactive. They want to change the downtown for the better. They want to do it for our community, for our businesses, for people like Tiffany who want to show up for everyone else.
On the same side. Lots of work happening, lots of meaningful work always at the DBIA, of course, supporting businesses, promoting what we've got going on downtown. So enough about the DBIA.
Sorry.
What about Laura? What do you like?
I don't even know. I love food, which is probably why I started Ptbo Eaters.
Love that.
So if you don't recognize me from Ashburnham Realty, shout out. If you don't recognize me from the downtown, shout out. You'll recognize me from Ptbo Eaters because I love the local, diverse restaurants and cafes. One we are actually sitting in. Thank you to Simone at Spa Euphoria and your team. They've been absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
Should we shout out Quinlan?
I love Quinlan.
We love
working
Quinlan.
in the cafe today.
She is going to be bringing us gelato.
100%. Morgan's the cafe manager here.
Yep.
Anne's the front desk manager at the front. Yep. Amazing staff here. If you haven't experienced Euphoria Wellness Spa, you're definitely missing out.
But the fact that we have such a beautiful 5-star spa within our downtown.
100%.
The scent of this place just calms you right off the bat.
So I spent a decade working here.
Yeah.
I actually have to buy the eucalyptus spray that they sell here because I missed it so much after I left. And I will tell you, other workplaces don't have smell the same.
Except Quaker.
I love where I am now. I love my Go crew. But I do have to say, the office building just doesn't smell quite as nice as the spa.
No.
The European spa source is the eucalyptus spray they use here. Honestly, it's like comforting. When I smell it, I don't know, there's something homey, comforting about it. It's funny how kind of smells associate us in that space. So when you come to a cafe downtown, what's like your number one drink? What do you get?
Well, usually it's a coffee and or smoothie, or the Tiffany. That's what I'm calling this. Sorry, Starbucks. It's dragon fruit Tiffany. It's this rare fruit that you can only find at the spa in downtown Peterborough.
It's got glitter in it. I'm just kidding.
It probably does have glitter in it. Like, I don't know how we got so pink. It was just your bubbly personality. For a beverage, I really like the smoothies at Food Forest. They're always a hit. Whatever she puts in that green alkalizer drink it just gives me instant energy.
Oh,
yeah,
good
and
to
it's
know.
beautiful.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then you got Kit coffee, amazing coffee, and croissants.
Yes, amazing. I was just about to go ham on those frickin' croissants.
Yep.
And if you do not know Helen and the story at Kit Coffee, I highly recommend you go check it out.
Yeah.
They make croissants from scratch. They
Yes.
are award-winning, in my opinion. They deserve zero criticism. They are absolutely perfect. Go check out her social. She posts videos of her making these croissants all the time.
All the time.
Get Ptbo Eaters in there. Do some behind the scenes. Maybe Helen will do a Tiffany show with me.
My gosh,
I can ruin some
amazing.
croissants with her.
Well, so get this. So my coworker bought a strawberry shortcake cruffin, which is a croissant muffin with strawberry cheesecake.
Marry me.
Yes, there was no words.
Kit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And she's opening a thrift store in there too, which I'm
is.
pumped about because I love me some thrifts. I know
Absolutely.
you do too. So life. You and I share a lot of commonalities, a lot of different stories. We've kind of crossed paths multiple times through our careers, through our lives in PTBO.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe we could sit down today and see who is Laura Montague outside of that social being that we see. And I thought maybe we could have just a bit of a conversation about your story and maybe you could share some advice. So my first question of the day is, can you share a defining moment that led you to become a passionate cheerleader and community builder? Because Laura is a huge cheerleader. I don't think I've ever heard a word of negativity spoken in your space. You tend to lift people up to rise. You cheer them on, you promote them. It's a beautiful thing. And I want to know, did something happen in life, a pivotal moment that changed your direction and made you move that way? Or were you 3 years old and doing this?
Shout out to my mom, Karen. She would probably say that I came out of the womb this way.
Mom!
I've always been a chatty kid. I remember a story, the Sawyers, if you're listening, they moved to the city from Toronto or Curtis area. And I was handing out papers at 12 and I saw this man and I was like, hi friend. That's always the tagline that people have is Laura's going, hi friend.
Oh my God.
So I've always been a cheerleader. It's very easy to be negative. It's so much harder and funner to be positive.
Agreed.
And I have my negative moments as we're all human. Things are complex and challenging in my world as well. But at the end of the day, when I go out into the world, I want to be perceived as positive. I want to lift people like you up. And that's just something that I've continued to work on.
I love that. So is your mom, Karen, kind of like that too? She's just she's like a reaper. She's dresses all in black.
She's the original Karen.
Works in the corner.
Yeah, she's the original Karen.
Just kidding. I have a best friend named Karen. There's a stigma. We love Karens.
Yes, Karen, my Karen. I love her to pieces, but if you met both my parents, you would have no idea where I came from.
Really?
Both of them, they're just they're not loud. They're not chatty. They don't have a loud laugh they're just, I don't know.
It's kind of interesting what happens throughout life that just kind of puts us in different spaces, and then we project different things and the things that we absorb along the way.
Well, I went to high school at PCBS.
You are local.
I am local. Yeah.
Did you grow up here?
I did. Yes, I did. I'm a Ptbo local. And
PCBS, that's the art school, right?
It was.
I wish I went to high school here. I would have crushed PCBS.
You would have crushed it, absolutely.
We would have been friends in high school for sure.
Oh, I think we're like sisters. Yeah,
definitely.
We just went missing.
We're kindred.
We're definitely. And at PCBS, there was just, we're all nerdy teenagers trying to find our way in life. And I was the girl that would talk to everyone. The teachers would have to move you. And I would just find something to talk about. I'd be like, oh, hey, how's it going? And they would just look at me. And then after that, it was just so you like Harry Potter? Me too.
We really would have gone along. When we talk about being a cheerleader, kind of raising people up, what does that mean? What inspired you to do that? How has this attitude impacted your life? And how does it impact others?
Honestly, what I would say that I have learned specifically in the last 10 years is that I really appreciate community. I appreciate people for who they are in our community. And not everyone has the best first reaction. I normally have to go through that, and just be like, Tiffany didn't mean it that way, or the secondary reaction. It's either within a few hours or within a few days, and you have time to pause. You have time to think about it. All the hustle and bustle, all of these things continue to build and build and build. And sometimes when we react, it's not the first reaction that we want. It's not our true selves. And so I have to really consider that when I'm talking to people. And I talk to all different walks of life, just from my job. I'm a property manager. And so that allows me to talk to so many different individuals. And sometimes they're at the worst moments in their life, or the best, I
kind of love that. Meeting people where they're at, giving people a second chance, because first impressions aren't everything. I talk about this all the time. We never know what goes on behind closed doors, and things often get projected, right? If I'm frustrated about something else, that frustration comes out in a different avenue. So I really love that message that you just shared. And when we talk about messages that you share, we talk about Ptbo Eaters, and I'm going to hit pause, because we have some pretty sweet t-shirts, and I have to tell you, I completely forgot mine at home today. I'm gonna do another shot when I get home of me in my t-shirt and put this in the video, which might make this segment a little weird, but we're gonna hit pause because Laura's gonna go get her Ptbo Eaters shirt on. Perfect, here we go. Laura, we're back. And we're back.
Look at all these.
Yes.
Look at them.
And we're in uniform with Ptbo Eaters shirt. We've also got some fresh gelato. Simone always gets it fresh at the cafe. So I thought maybe we could do a little sampler. This one, I have to tell you, is pistachio. It is absolutely my favorite. I'm going to be very selfish and take the pink spoon.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, it is like eating a pistachio. Yeah, it is so
nice
freaking
flavor.
Good. We're going to taste each one of these. We're also going to have a little conversation here. So you've got your Ptbo Eaters shirt on. With some fun stuff. So we can buy these t-shirts, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Shout out to Matt D'Agostini.
Rickards.
Yeah, he did these up for me. I had a dream, and Matt made it come true. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And Rickards, they're also big community supporters.
They
are. See them out there cheering everybody on.
Yeah.
This one here is lavender. Lavender white chocolate.
Yum.
Oh, that is so smooth.
It's interesting with the lavender.
Yeah, right? It's like the lavender cookies. It's like that super subtleness.
Yeah. I really, really like these. These are soft.
So good.
Oh my gosh, it's dripping everywhere though.
So, Laura, you also brought a gift. Tell us about Ptbo Eaters.
Okay.
First of all, we have a gift for you. If you comment below, Laura has a t-shirt for you. Yes. She also has a gift card to Joanne's Place, who we also love.
Yes. So shout out to April, who I met with today for lunch. And she got me a key lime smoothie and a beautiful vegetarian sandwich. Oh, it was so delicious.
Yum.
Yeah, it was really good. They have nutritious and healthy eats at their 76 Sips Cafe.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you know, at Joanne's Place too, they've got the they call them, what do they call them? Non-paper towels? Unpaper towels.
Yes, they do.
I went and bought a roll.
That's amazing. Totally They're so fun.
My life. Yes. Yeah. So if you comment below, we're going to enter you into a draw to win that t-shirt and that gift card. Thank you, Joanne's Place. Thank you, Ptbo Eaters. Yeah. Now let's talk about it. While we eat some gelato, this one's lemon poppy seed.
Oh my gosh, and it's dripping.
It's dripping. She's juicy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took the Tiffany spoon.
Oh.
That one, I like that one. That one's like one of my faves.
That's like the perfect lemon.
It tastes like lemon meringue pie.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Focus.
Okay, wait. Let's eat one more gelato, and then we'll talk about Ptbo Eaters. So this one is orange creamsicle. I should let the guest go first.
Okay. Thank you.
Tell us.
Oh,
is it perfect?
It reminds me of a summer day at the cottage. Like, think old school popsicle dripping down your hand while you're lying on a dock. And then, because you don't have any unpaper towels, you just jump in like a cannonball.
The best way to get cleaned off at the cottage. You're right. Oh my gosh, that tastes exactly like an orange creamsicle. This is so friggin' good. We're going to eat all of this. While we eat this, Ptbo Eaters, what is it? How can we support you? What are you doing? What are your social handles?
Okay, so as of right now, I only have Instagram and TikTok. I know Threads just came out. I get it, guys. I'm not there yet. Instagram and TikTok, Ptbo Eaters is the handle. And essentially where this came from is I was an essential worker. So because I was a property manager, I had to come into work every day and help my wonderful tenants through the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And part of that is my commercial tenants. And many of them are some of the amazing restaurants and cafes.
I didn't even think of that.
So St. Verona's, Bijou Bar, La Hacienda, Sam's Place. So many more, and I apologize, I'm not listing all of you off. I love you. With that being said, we really, really wanted to do what we could to promote these businesses through the unknown. And so myself and my team at Ashburnham, we were committed to purchasing lunches every other week, sometimes every week. And that's what started this. I took pictures.
Gosh, okay.
So snackle snaps is what
snackle snaps
is what Archer calls them. If you need to know that, but so that's where it came from. I was good at social media. I was good at taking photos. I love food.
You love food, yeah.
I love the culture and the community of food. Sorry, I'm
no, it's all good. No,
we got a lot of dripping.
We're leaking all over the place.
Gelato.
I'm going to hit pause and get a Kleenex.
Yes.
I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Are you committed to the lemon poppy seed right now? Is that what's happening?
Yes, I'm taking that. You get the pistachio.
I go to the pistachio because that is what I get all the time, and it is absolutely my favorite.
And I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this exchange. I'm committed to eating this before it melts. And
now it's a competition, so whoever finishes first.
Without a brain freeze.
So I love that the initiative came out of like wanting to support local restaurants, ordering meals for your own staff. That's such a beautiful thing. And I know Ashburnham does things like this a lot. Like I've seen gifts to your tenants, whether they're businesses or individuals. And it's really, really neat. So we wanted to talk just a little bit about life, and I thought I would just kind of jump into some hard questions. And I feel like, I was thinking about this question the other day, and I think I'm actually going to ask every guest I have moving forward this very same question.
Okay, did I inspire this?
Little bit from our heartfelt
exclusive.
That's right, exclusive. From our heartfelt conversations. I know you and I have some raw, vulnerable conversations in your vehicle when you drop me off sometimes. For those of you that don't know, this girl doesn't drive, and sometimes my friends give me a lift after events.
More Tiffany time.
So this question has sort of been on my mind, and it's a bit of a dark question considering who I am and the narrative that I typically drive. But there's a reason why I'm asking. And I feel like there's lessons and insightful things that we can share on the other side. So Laura Montague, what is the meanest thing somebody has ever said to you?
That I couldn't do something. Okay, I'm going to share a story. I had a teacher in college who told me I was never going to make it in this world, in this community specifically. And that, I don't know to this day whether that was to motivate me or why, but they had made this comment and I was heartbroken. I was just a poor little student trying to make my way through college and the world. Had a lot on my mind, and I was struggling during college. And I'm a very brilliant, intelligent person, and I appreciate that knowledge and experience, or even lack thereof during college. I mean, I was 19, 20 years old, and I had a professor, maybe having a bad day, who told me that I will never make it in Peterborough, Ontario.
That hurts my heart.
Yeah.
How did you overcome that?
By proving her wrong.
Yes. Baby, spite and kindness win.
Yeah. It's one of those things, and you might be the same. If someone says no or someone says you can't,
yeah,
that just gives me this motivation to say, watch me.
Yeah. I have to say, in the week that my dad passed away, somebody was asking me about the Tiffany show and laughed about it. What? Yeah, as if it was a joke. So it's funny. It's just interesting. I have no idea why that just came out, but there was something that you said that just kind of triggered that. But you're right. Like you get these criticisms and these judgments, and look now, right? Like 6 months later, I'm on the Tiffany show. Laura's on the Tiffany show. Right? And that's kind of why I brought it up.
Eating gelato.
Yeah.
Like how much more positive
doesn't get any better than that. But there is something to be said for how hurt feelings can sort of motivate healing.
Absolutely. And I think it takes the right time, the right place, and the right person. I have been on my self-development journey for probably 7 years. I've always wanted to learn things, get to know why people are the way they are, why they do the things they do. And that really, really got me into my self-development journey. So I listen to podcasts, I read, I watch YouTube videos, I go on my treadmill and just listen to all these things, audibles as well. And over the years, I've learned more and more about people, because when you're in a customer service-based industry, if you don't know about people, or if you're not open to learning about people, you're not going to make it in this world.
Agreed.
And I know that because my husband, very opposite to me, he struggles with that.
Also something in common.
Yeah, he struggles with that. I'm a people person, and I do have my moments where I'm like, okay, everybody leave me alone. But for the most part, I love people. I love seeing what they do and their passions, and I learn from that experience. But there are legitimately people out there who struggle with community.
Yeah.
And who knows why. And so I've always wanted to be very accepting of anyone, whatever stage that they're in, whatever pronoun they would like to be.
100%.
And I will end a conversation if I don't feel safe, if I don't feel that it's a positive interaction.
Right.
And so I think by just learning this, we take the me to we.
I love that.
And I think it's something that we really need in 2023.
You're totally right.
Me to we.
Love that.
Yeah.
I started my journey because I noticed how I would react to certain situations.
Absolutely. We're all human.
Yeah. And I didn't realize until kind of well into it, like, oh boy, I'm being triggered. And the reason why I feel the need to overcompensate, the need to overwork, the reason I feel anxious is because of XYZ. And for a long time, I would just say, I feel anxious. I feel anxious.
And period.
I didn't know how to identify my own feelings.
Yeah. And it's something that we all struggle with.
Yeah, like 100%.
And it's something that no one knows the absolute answers to, but if you're not willing to learn or willing to try, I think when I became a step parent, that is the primary moment where things changed, because it was no longer about me, it was about those kids.
Yeah.
And I think that really projected me into learning about others. When you take on a step parent role, you're choosing to be in that child's life. And I have two wonderful stepchildren, Kira and Sam, who are probably cringing right now that I have mentioned them. However, I just wanted to share with you, my stepfather, Graham Hart, is one of the main mentors in my life. And without him, I would not be the person that I am today. Wow. And it carried me forward for my girls.
Wow. What a beautiful thing to say. Oh my gosh. And shout out to you a step parent that steps up and steps into and stays in the game. You don't just back out when it's convenient. Unconditional is unconditional. And
absolutely,
when you decide to take on that role, there's nothing kind of more important to these children. And as they grow into adulthood, than to have this stepmother who is consistent and consistent with their love, right? It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I'm a bonus mom.
You're a bonus mom.
I can be their besties
cool
if they
mom.
want. I could also
no, your regular stepmom.
Exactly.
Not so challenges in life, like we said, we've all got them. We've all had them.
Yeah.
Can you share a personal story where you've overcome adversity, kind of how that changed you, and maybe how it shaped you?
I would say my struggle medically, I was diagnosed with PCOS, and I actually had to undergo a bilateral oophorectomy, if you want to know the surgical terms. So I actually don't have my left ovary. It's completely gone. What happened were the cysts were getting so big, right, that they had to go in and do surgery. And that was in 2019, believe it or not.
Wow.
So literally up until the day, no one knew about it except close people to me, including my bosses and my family. But I literally went to an event the night before, and then the following day, I'm like in a hospital bed, and I took a photo because it's a memorable day. Yeah. And I explained to the world what had happened because
I remember that post.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I totally remember. I remember that photo actually. I can see it. Yeah.
I mean, I look cute under the circumstances, but you can tell like
it was a real moment. I remember reading it and being like, I feel like I had seen you the night before.
Yeah. Well, we always go to the same events.
Yep.
And to be quite honest, having that in my life, finding out that I'm infertile, that was a very heavy and dark moment for me because at the time I really wanted children with my husband. And since then, I had the surgery, which really, it helped. And recovery is one of the most badass things that you can ever do in your life. And that really projected me into who I am today. It really shaped me. There was a lot of unknown. There was a lot of uncertainty. And I had to do a lot of work. Like it was not an easy road. No. I had therapy. I had multiple educational webinars or YouTube videos. Not a lot of people know about PCOS or why it affects so many women in our community and our country. So honestly, in 2019, that surgery changed my entire projection of my life.
Wow.
Yeah. I just found out recently I have to go back in for surgery. So now I have to learn about what menopause looks like at such a young age. Right. And so that'll be my next challenge. But as you can tell in my voice and my presence, bring it on.
We're here for you, sis.
Yeah, bring it on. And that is why I'll probably be eating gelato during that time.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, perfect comfort food during that time. Good, that resilience, right? Mm-hmm. I feel that on multiple different levels.
Absolutely.
And yeah, women's health, women's rights, and women being taken seriously in those doctors' offices is a situation. And I'm actually hearing this time and time and time again, that it's like, it's just a cramp, go take some Advil. And it's being brushed aside and turns around. There's been issues with IUDs. There's been issues with PCOS, endometriosis, kind of all of that, you know. So thank you for sharing that with all of us. Honestly, that's a very sensitive, vulnerable thing to share. And it hearing these stories helps other people know that they're not alone.
That's absolutely
and that there's a light on that other side. Yeah. And you're definitely that light. So thank you.
No problem. I'm an open book. I don't get embarrassed easily.
Beautiful.
And I really do take that leadership seriously. Yep. A lot of people know who I am, and we've had these great conversations. And if you're willing to go there, As am I. As long as we're being respectful, non-judgmental.
100%. Yeah, no judgments, no criticisms.
Absolutely.
Curiosity.
Yeah, because we get on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And I know we've had some really great conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
really
look at us. We're besties.
Can you share with us? I was going to just kind of flip the script a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it got dark there.
That's all right. It's heavy. There's heavy things that happen in life, and we're human beings.
Yeah, look how pink this is.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to have those heavy conversations and share these things. I talk about my own anxiety, depression, the passing of my father, of course, this year. And I don't know, the older I get, the more I really find the power in telling, not only just telling my story, but the power in supporting other people through telling stories.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us something funny, something lighthearted, some moment from your life that look at and it brings a smile to your face?
Oh, okay. Recently I did a Chamber AM talk.
You crushed that talk, by the way.
You were like my cheerleader, right front row. I know we made eye contact. We did. But there was a moment where I wanted to walk in with my walk-in song, which happens to be Remember the Name. And my kids said no. My husband said no. My best friend said, you do you. And so,
best friend. Who is that person?
That is Bethany Logan McCrae at Century 21. She'll sell your home.
Bethany, we love you. Yeah. She sounds like my people.
Yeah, and she's like, you do you. And so I chickened out. Because I was I did. Because I was like, no, I can't do this.
You should have told me. I would have made that happen.
I know. And then naturally, Montana Scott, one of my good friends. I
love Montana.
She knew about this because we had that chat like literally 5-10 minutes before I went up on stage. And she put her hand up and she was like, hey, Laura, what's your walk-in theme song? And I was like,
why?
I was like, this is my moment. And of course, it's like, Remember the Name. Do you know the first 20 seconds of it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
We'd have a copyright issue if we played it.
It's so true. But just know the first 20 seconds are mine of that.
Those first 20 seconds are mine.
They're being sang through.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out. What a great story. And Montana's starting her own business. She just finished, Trent University. We probably shouldn't be talking about her. I should just have her on the show.
All good things.
But shout out to you, Montana Scott. You're a gem of a human being. She was doing something called Benson Baskets, I think.
Yes, which as Ptbo Eaters, I could probably chat about. So she has the finest selections of cheeses, meats, crackers, snacks. And what she'll do is she'll curate a basket and you can order it. So think of like your husband has no idea what you want. And all you say is, Tiffany loves candy from Candy Couture because we love Lisa.
I'm there doing a grocery shop once a month.
I know.
Yeah, and it's legit. I leave with like a big bag of candy. It's ridiculous.
Well, she's got those big super mixes. Yeah.
I can't help it. We love you, Lisa.
We do.
And Matt. And
Matt too. And your entire family. Yeah. You're all amazing.
And oh my God, her mother, Flash Freeze Candy Co., Tracy.
Yes.
Her brother, Mark, friggin' owns the Capital
Mark Million.
Ptbo.
Yes.
Like, come on. I love that entire family.
I just found out that Mark can actually make the Tiffany Show hats. I know. I just found this out. They have this machine.
He has an embroider. Oh my God.
Team Tiffany.
Mark, we're having a little chat, babe.
Yep.
One local author, Carissa McIntyre.
Yes.
She writes adult novels. Actually, she makes journals and notebooks as well. Yeah. She made a Tiffany Show notebook.
Oh my God.
If you type the Tiffany Show in on Amazon, a notebook will come up with my logo on it.
And are you going to use this for your Tiffany Show moving forward?
I have been, yes. And I actually had a little logo update. So she was going to do a little update to the book online and kind of roll out there.
So will there be a sale on the previous stock?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to talk to author Carissa McIntyre, Lady Mac XO. Check out our website. We're just shouting out all businesses today. That's my MO, right? That's you and I.
Yeah,
we're shouting out businesses. That's how we live.
Yeah.
So great story. I love that. I love that Montana put that out for you. You know, she's a good cheerleader in town as well.
I had to wrap it. And I had a mic, which was probably the first problem. I had my iPhone ready, and I just used Spotify, and I was like, din, 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 and just wrapped. And if you were at the Chamber AM, you're the only ones that will see it because it was not filmed.
I didn't get
happen.
it on film. I only got you when you were actually talking. And I was just looking at that video the other day, which is funny you brought it up. So I was going to ask if you could share a story about somebody whose actions have positively impacted your life.
Okay. Aside from any family, of course, my husband.
Outside of family and our wonderful husbands.
Yeah, and our wonderful husbands. I would say Ashburnham Realty. I would say Paul Bennett, Rob Fisher, Scott Mancini, Cassia Piper, my entire team.
Can those people be any nicer? Honestly.
We had this wonderful new tenant. She's moving in the next month, and she came into our office, and all four of us came out, and we're like, hi, how can we help you?
Cute as that. You know, Paul is such a down-to-earth guy too. Like, you bump into any of the Ashburnham staff. Stefan. I love Stefan. If you're downtown, you know who Stefan is. He's always helping people out downtown.
He's at our Venture North building.
Yep. Beautiful human being. So how long have you worked with Paul and the crew?
Okay, so we were talking about this. I did a paralegal placement with them, believe it or not, and that was 6 months. And I've always known, you know, Rob and Paul throughout the community, and I got to do my paralegal placement. So I did 6 months.
Paralegal. I had no idea. Well, I had an idea. I'm just pretending, but I had no idea.
Wow. Yes, I'm a licensed paralegal. I'm a licensed paralegal with the I'm a licensed paralegal with the Law Society of Upper Canada, and I graduated from Fleming College in 2012.
Fleming alum!
Nice. Yep. And I got my license, and I've actually helped other paralegals with their placement. Yeah, including my coworker, Cassia. Yeah.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me, the cheerleader that you are.
I know. So I worked there for 6 months, and then they didn't hire me, and I was shocked and appalled, of course.
And appalled. No pun intended.
Appalled, yeah. So I went over to the lovely people at Bose & Cox, and I spent 2 years with them, and then came back to Ashburnham because Paul and I met for coffee. I'm not even sure we had an interview, to be honest. He's like, do you want to just go for coffee? I'm like, okay. And then he's like, so can you start Monday? And I was like, sure. And I've been there for like 9 years. 9 years.
It's interesting. You know, we invest our time into these businesses that we love because the business owners themselves, we get a lot from them.
Yes.
We learn so much.
There's been a lot of mentorship.
It's like that runway they give us without us having to take all the financial risk of being a business owner, which I love. You know, and there's something special about entrepreneurs. I've never, ever, ever been cut out to work corporation.
No.
Small business, local owned, like relationships directly with CEOs. That's where I thrive the most, right? Is that gray area? Because it's not this little box that they're trying to put us in, right?
No,
they want us to be happy.
Yeah, and I see them every day. Our team, including, you know, the president, Paul Bennett, all the way down to our laborers of our developments, our cleaning staff. These are all very important parts.
Yeah.
But our team always comes to the table.
I love
always.
that.
And so I would say Paul Bennett probably has the most impact in my life.
He's a beautiful human being.
Yeah, he's probably going to keep this recording.
Oh, he'll just have he's a beautiful human being as his ringtone from now on.
Yeah, exactly. But I've learned a lot from him. He knows it. Scott Mancini as well. Everyone awesome. On that team, including my commercial tenants, my residential tenants, Tiffany. Yeah.
So foodies, always exciting.
As soon as someone says, hey, do you want to go to this event?
Let's ride.
There will be food. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be there. 100%. I'll be there. And that's another thing that I do. I eat at these events.
I love it.
A lot of people don't.
Buddy, they don't. It's weird.
They don't.
I had a complex, a body complex for a long time.
Yeah.
So I actually wouldn't eat in front of people.
Aww.
And so even in high school, like I wouldn't eat lunch in front of people because I felt so like self-conscious. So it wasn't until into adulthood and kind of unpacking my own body confidence and loving myself for who I was.
Which is important.
Right? That I became comfortable. But I love freaking people like you at events because we eat, man. It's like, let's get a snack.
Tiffany and I will be at the food table
Let's
if you
do
need
it.
us.
Come on.
Cheerleading it on, probably with like a spoonful.
Yeah, done.
Of
I have to
this.
say, I used to work with a guy, and
take
he would get invited to events, and that was like the first thing he would ask. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Is there going to be food there?
Or a
And he
meeting?
said, yes, he was there. Yeah.
No,
Were there
seriously.
muffins at the meeting?
Yeah. I'll take a stale muffin, you know.
So when we talk about food, obviously trends coming in and out. We saw Philosophy and Peterborough's doing like the cotton candy wrap freaking
With the pickle.
pickles.
I know. And
I
I
would eat
love
it. I would
pickle.
try it, would you?
I would,
Yeah, I would
but
totally try
I love
it. Yeah.
pickles so much that I'm not sure. And I don't like the texture of cotton candy. It reminds me of like
eating cotton, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
That's why it's called that.
So do you see any trends coming up this summer? What do you think is coming out for foodie things? I feel like, I don't know, like if there's always like a season. Like I feel like cupcakes are going to come back because donuts are in. Speaking of cupcakes, look what we found, Simone.
Yeah, we found this in the Spa Euphoria bathroom.
We actually put it there on purpose today.
It resonated with us, yes. We are the cupcakes.
So what do you see coming out other side? Food trends, Peterborough.
Fondue.
Oh my, yes.
But like,
oh.
you know, I just found out about the downtown Caesar Fest that I cheerlead, the Caesar lifestyle, of course. However, could you imagine if it was fondue?
Oh my god!
With like all those like Caesar,
oh, man,
you just dip
it.
it.
All right, well, looks like we're starting a fondue fest.
You know what else is really cool? Those people that like at Japanese restaurants and they're just doing like sushi.
yeah, that'd be
ramen's
really cool.
in
Have you been to Naka yet? On Hunter Street?
Absolutely. They're a commercial tenant of mine, Susan. Shout out.
Wait a second. Is that Susan that used to own the Chinese food place with her family on Fowler's Corners? I want to say.
Yep.
Oh my, she's a good cook.
Susan at Hanoi House, which is on Lansdowne. It started in the downtown, and during COVID, it went over to Lansdowne.
Right. Yep.
And then she actually gave me this coupon, so I have a few of these, where you can get 50% off. Any appetizer.
Oh, yum.
And let me tell you, she's got these loaded Japanese fries. She has fried chicken sandwiches with coleslaw. She's got ramen. She has mocktails. She has beautiful stuff.
People go wild for her oysters at Hanoi House.
Absolutely.
They say they're like the best oysters.
Absolutely. So
love
shout
that.
out to Susan.
Check out Naka, yeah.
Naka.
Any other kind of trends you see coming out? Maybe it's one of those tables. We're talking fondue. What about snacky things?
Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up with the craze. You know who I actually learned from is Lisa at Candy Couture, and we're going to shout her out again. She's usually on it.
Yeah,
she's usually on it.
She always gets whatever's trending. I kind of
she
follow
does.
her along.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure. I'm just here for the ride.
I'm just here for the snacks.
Yeah, I'm here for the snacks. A lot of people know this about me, but if they want to talk to me about something, let's just a usual conversation, or they want to ask me a question, or they want to start their own business, or whatever it is, they'll be like, hey Laura, do you want to go for lunch? Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely I do. Where are we going?
Count me in for lunch every time.
I know. And speaking of, actually, if you want what is the word?
Delicious?
Oh my gosh, delicious. Delicious. If you want a new trending restaurant, the Rail Yard development owned by Ashburnham Realty actually has the Rail Yard restaurant coming to East City.
Stop.
Yeah.
When?
So if you like the Ashburnham Ale House, if you liked Brio Gusto.
Brio Gusto. I loved Brio
Lindsay
Gusto.
and Scott are the owners of the Rail Yard restaurant.
Stop it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. When does that open?
So that opens in August.
What?
Yeah.
That's next month. Oh
I
my
know.
God. We're going to eat there. I'm going to eat there.
Yep.
And I'm going to be happy about it.
You'll see us on the trail.
All right,
because
sweet.
the trail, the East City Trail, is actually right off the patio.
How neat. That is awesome.
Yeah, wait till you see this place.
Breaking news. You heard it here first. And let me know when that does come out, because I have some friends. We should share that and help spread the word for them, and get like a giant scissors from the chamber and do like a ribbon cutting and
Jess
stuff.
Gordon.
Yeah,
she
Jess
will run
Gordon,
with
Olivia.
scissors, which is not good.
No, Jessica.
Don't run with scissors.
We need you with the chamber, sis. So here we go. We're wrapping up. Final leg of the interview today. Final question for you before we jump into Fast Five. On your journey as a foodie, a cheerleader, a community builder, what is the most valuable lesson that you've gained that you want to share?
Show up.
Yes.
Show up.
Show up.
If someone invites you to something, show up. If your best friend is selling their home, show up. If Tiffany asks you to come on the Tiffany show,
please
show up and you drink her drink.
You drink the Euphoria Starbucks cafe.
That's right. But honestly, showing up,
life-changing advice.
Absolutely. It's the first step of every conversation is when two people get into the same room and they start talking. And
show up for yourself. I know what it's like. Like, I am not hardwired to be positive. I actually wake up in the morning and have to battle the narrator to shift it to something positive. And sometimes I can do it on my own, and sometimes I need a bit of help. And I'm not shy from putting on like those motivational podcasts in the mornings. No. You know, the ones with like the army people yelling at you about how amazing you are? Sometimes that's what I need to like snap myself out of it, get the confidence, and sort of move on. Yep. So show up for other people, for yourself. It makes a huge difference. Laura Montague, Fast Five, my friend. Here we go. I tried to do Fast Five with a guest last week. I'm not going to say who it is, Danny Guppy. I love you.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see if we can get it done in 60 seconds.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Fast Five, best thing about life.
Food.
Ooh. Act of kindness that touched you and rippled.
Oh, I did 33 candygrams for my recent birthday.
Oh, you did it?
I did. I have to explain it. For my 33rd birthday, I purchased 33 candygrams from Candy Couture, and I handed them out on the streets of the downtown. Tiffany got one, and it was the best birthday I've ever had.
It was a joy.
It was the best birthday I had because I spent 2 hours making you happy.
You honestly.
Spreading the kindness, like candy confetti that it is.
Yes. And what is it? Being kind is sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Says Coach Your Candy PTBO. Yep. Little you, Laura Montague. If little you were sitting with us today, what'd you tell that little girl?
I would tell her that she is important in this world, that she is resilient and will conquer the challenges faced. She's a warrior, but the real reason that she is on this earth is to raise others up.
Oh, beautiful. One food the rest of your life.
This was my nightmare question. I shared that with you. I was like, I don't even know what it would be.
For real?
Like, could I choose potato?
Yes.
Could I choose potato?
I never met a potato I didn't like.
Like chips.
Yeah.
And mashed potatoes, baked, fries.
Mashed, whatever. Potatoes are in.
I'm going boring.
Maybe potatoes are going to be the next food trend.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone needs a starch in their life.
Yeah,
you know? I even like yams.
Did you see the potato swirls that they put on sticks?
Yes. Those were mesmerizing.
I want those.
And they had sauces.
Yeah, sign me up, sis.
Yeah.
Favorite place to shop in PTBO Kawarthas. This is your business shout out time.
Okay.
You get to shout out anybody and everybody that you love.
Okay.
But we don't have all day, so I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I love shopping at Watson & Lou. They always have crafty, cool things. Oh,
yeah. A lot of local artists
are there. Yeah. Okay, honestly, I'm not a shopaholic at all. But if I could only shop one thing, it would be the restaurants that we have.
Can I just wear these packages out?
Like if I showed you my bank statement,
all food,
I am stimulating Peterborough's economy one bite at a time.
Oh my God, I love it.
Seriously,
I love that.
Most of my money, and you can even ask my husband, if we called him right now, it's like, hey babe, what do I spend most of my money on?
Food,
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Do you cook too?
Absolutely. Yeah. I love your videos. You've been doing really good.
Boo.
So Tiffany found this massive hot dog and had to make these like beautiful buns. And she like dressed it all up, and it was just,
Oh,
it
yeah.
good.
That honestly, I have the best hamburger hot dog bun recipe.
Oh, yeah.
So good. From one foodie to another. This has been the Tiffany Show. Shout out to Euphoria Wellness Spa, Canoe Cafe. Thank you for having us in our beautiful space. Shout out to Ashburnham Realty. Thank you for hiring this one almost 10 years ago, because she's a gem of a human being. Thank you for raising others. Thank you for being a light in life. Thank you for just being the soul that you are, and not being shy to express love and to express kindness and support, and just live your authentic life. We love you, Laura Montague. This has been the Tiffany Show, friends.
Cheers.
We'll see you on the other side.